Today is the 12/12 portal, and I want to share with you this creator mode that is available, and maybe celebrate, bask with you in this vastness of creation in motion. Yes, it's like the I am in motion, clear. And just to be forewarned, I am in a mode today. I am full fire, full pure willpower that is never ending. No matter what I do, there is more. So I had to come outside to cool off physically. It's still hot. The sun is beautiful. Anyway, I want to enter straight into symbology because I feel we have to use a higher level of language and symbology for me. And that means tarot, because that is a much more complete way of communicating. But I'll translate as much as possible, right? Because to me, today feels like the tower next to the death card, overseen by the high priestess next to the emperor, maybe concluded by the world or the universe card. Meaning that literally the old reality it is dismantling, is literally crumbling, or it has crumbled, and there is death, massive amounts of sorrow and grief. But overseen by the high priestess, the energy is unbothered. It's not unbothered, it's unimpressed. And it's not that it's unimpressed, it's caring about the individual that is caught up in the suffering, but it's not impressed by the suffering itself. It's not impressed by the literal destruction, because it is so aware of those structures being made up, being temporary, being of little importance, right? So there is compassion, but the compassion is within a love that is so vast that it seems unbothered, like it is untouched, right, by the amounts of grief that are being released. And maybe they're released from the choices that finally people had to make, because the tower is here. And so finally, massive amounts of people are like, okay, I'm choosing this. And within that, I'm going to say final choice, within that cycle, with that final decision, the process is complete. And then it's allowed to, the emotions are allowed to evaporate within that. And so while this is going on, the emperor is busy creating. And again, he's also unbothered, because the council comes from the high priestess. And he's like, oh yeah, okay, so that's what's going on in the world. But it's almost like that is one world. He's the emperor of the universe. And it's like, well, in this little area of the universe, that's going on, but I have authority over all this. My perception, my capacity to process is so much wider than what is going on right here. And my responsibility is on that. So I'm busy creating and strategizing and envisioning this whole new reality that I'm realizing I'm making up. And it's like such a refusal. So this is where this fire not yesterday, whenever it was. We don't have to be specific which yesterday this happened. But I had what I thought was anger, right? But I couldn't like place it. I didn't know what I was angry about. It was just like this state, like it was, but this passion was forming. And my friend, she knows me, she sees through me. And she's like, it's not anger, it's your passion. I'm like, yeah, sure, we can call it passion. That's nice. um, it started to bubble because, and I love the word rebellion now that showed up. And I'm like, yes, this anger came and I'm rebelling against, because I'm negating the against, right? So two against the reality that I was in. So I was rebelling against everything that I was taught. And it was almost like the process. I was rebelling against the process. And we were talking and she's like, well, the only thing you have to do now is to literally simply just walk through the door. And I was like, fuck no. I refuse. I'm done. I'm done going through a door that somebody made up to convince myself or whatever, to convince them, or I don't need to. Why do I have to walk through the door to become who I am? I was so angry. She's like, it's not anger. Because that process, that door, somebody made up within their capacity, their model of understanding. And somehow I'm giving permission. I'm making myself small enough to squish through their door for them to give me permission or something to become who I was. What the fuck is the word become? It's like be and come. Am I staying or am I going? Am I being or am I going? And there's so much duality in become. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done with becoming. I'm done with walking through anybody's door. I'm going to just go poof, forget the door, dissolve the door. I told you, I'm in a mode. But I was refusing reality. I'm like, I'm not even against it. This reality is not even wrong. Oh, and I wrote the blog about this. And this is how it all started, right? Because it started from the need to be understood, to be heard, to be felt, whatever that need was. And it's like, who has the need within me? Like, which aspect? Like, I'm asking and I'm putting the responsibility on the other. Who is the other to justify my existence? And here is another fucker who's telling me, I'm sorry about, like, I respect all the people. It's not like that, I really respect all the processes and all that. But today is a different day. But here comes somebody else to tell me what process I need to validate, yes, my existence and who and how I need to move through a reality that they made up, that I agree to. I'm done. I'm done with all those stories about who I am and through what blueprint even I have, and what planets are coming through and influencing me, and all that stuff. It's like I'm done with that model of reality. And that's it. I'm just exiting. I'm not longer interested in playing because I feel like I'm just no longer impressed. And by impressed, I mean like the things in these reality models that I agreed somehow to participate because I was not worthy to create my own world, or to understand that I have power in my own world. I don't have to keep adopting other people's models whose gravity is stronger than mine, or whatever. And it's this unimpressment. It's like it cannot create a rise that is larger than me, right? Like that's how I mean this reality is no longer impressing me. Like my body is free. If my body has to react, and it's like I'm not holding the body to a standard that is not natural anymore, right? Like if something is hot, I'm allowing my body to react, right? I'm allowing it to be in anger. I don't even want to have control over it. I'm allowing the natural reactions, which some of them became natural even through the conditioning. The conditioning is unbothered within this higher perception. I'm just freeing all judgment and all control. Whatever. I don't care. And because I'm not impressed, I'm not giving power, right? Because even the rise of my emotions, I understand that it's a natural occurrence, and that is free of judgment, and that rise in emotion is such a low amount of power over my attention allocation towards that emotion, if that makes sense. So because of that, the registering of that emotion is so small compared to the capacity that I own, that it doesn't impress me. That whatever event that is happening is not overtaking my attention. So that's what I mean by I'm not impressed. So this reality, because it's no longer impressing me, I don't want to say it's boring now. It's not boring, but it's like I don't care to participate. It's like love. I thought love is about making choices, right? It's like you're choosing love in flow, but by choosing only love, you're actually not making any choices. So now the love is so above duality that I no longer need to even choose anything to know of my existence, to know that I'm participating, to know that I am in love, to know that I'm experiencing love. It's like, maybe that's what it is. It's like I don't have to validate through the 3D reality that I exist, that love exists. I already know that. And so I'm participating in reality when I want to. It doesn't have to be a linear participation. I don't even know. Yeah. it's just words. It's funny when I speak the words, actually, of how it is that I'm feeling, right? But this is the state, this is the mode right now, and I don't know anything. I don't what I don't understand. You know, when I learned Reiki and all these processes of healing. Healing was so easy, right? You just go in the field and you bring it out, whatever, and then you embody this and you go through 500 steps and then you have to surrender and then it is. Now that I get to see for myself and I'm not trusting anybody, it's not that I'm not trusting, but it's like, that was your process through your capacity. Now I'm coming into my capacity. I don't know how the body exists, okay? Like I'm not quite there yet in my clarity to understand how the body can go on in the 3D, but you're not fully participating in reality when you don't want to, because you are holding the purity of love, of you're holding the particle. You're not interested in that moment to create the wave. You don't have to make the choice, right? So in that moment, it's like, I have no idea how the body is here. And I have to say, I'm truly at a I don't know. But I'm so unbothered by that I truly could give a quarter fuck about the how. It's just like, it's just here. It's just so interesting. It's like the body is the miracle. The fact that I can touch, it is such a miracle. It's like a lucid dream. It's such, I've never been able to actually get into a lucid dream, but it's like today, if I'm not lucid dreaming, then I don't know what I'm doing. I I'm so sober. I haven't been so clear ever, right? Like, but this is the portal today. So welcome to the 1212. Welcome to your world. And what I've been working, whatever this time period is about, establishing my own gravity, right? And which is not necessarily linear. It's not fixed, but is stable. And everything else is in orbit to my center. And today, the alchemizing within this galaxy, it was bonkers. I mean, the Tower and the Death card were crazy real. And there was the High Priestess. Yep, unbothered. It was literally like the sandcastle, right? Kids building sandcastles, and then here comes a wave, gets everything destroyed, and they're like, ah, all right, let's build another one, like a little bit, 3 feet, a little bit up on the beach. So, and now I'm freezing. Oh, but it feels good. It feels. So today, this galaxy at the center of it has a black hole. It's like this karmic wheel, that it's not karmic. It's like, I mean, karmic in like an infinity sign karmic, you know, like this I am in motion moves in this infinity, in the 8 pattern motion. And but I'm in that center, like I'm not moving. I am pretty still. Anyway, I feel like I've blabbered enough today. And now I am so freezing, so I'm going to go inside. But I really thank you for being here, celebrating this with me. And I'll see you around.